my production last year, I did a little over $32 million in production last year. And part of that success that I have is with listings to leads. Your system is so good and I love it. I put together, this is exactly what I take with me. So that folder, the letter that you put together, and then I just customize it with a home from our local area. And I go and door knock instead of doing calls or sending out mail. I feel like I can connect a lot more with people when I'm standing right on their front porch. It's not the most efficient use of time, but it's a very, very effective use of my time. So I have this in my hand and then a tear sheet that shows a bunch of other properties on there. And I show up to their door and I knock on it. They answer the door and I look at them and I look at my paperwork here and I'm like, are you the owner of the house? Yes, no, whatever. If they are, then I say, it shows here that your house used to be listed. Was it listed for sale a while ago? I tell them, hey, I'm Scott, but I don't tell them I'm with a real estate firm initially until we start the conversation. I kind of confused, say to them, well, it looks like it was for sale, but it isn't anymore. Was there a reason you took it off the market? It shows that it expired. What was the deal with that? I try to let them be in charge of that part of the conversation so they can get their dander down, right? I don't want this to be like, hey, I'm here for this and go really forcefully with it. I just want to have a conversation with them. So I asked with a little bit of a confused tone, hey, this is a great house. It looks like it's in a market, in an area, and a price point that it should probably sell. I'm just curious what happened. And then the conversation starts. And I've only been doing this for this week. I just got my books from you that you guys printed.
Yeah.
Put together this approach on my own with your tools. And the first day out, I had a 40-minute conversation with the second door that I knocked on. And he asked me to stay in touch, to send him a text message about every 2 weeks until the new year. And they're planning to relist their house in January. He gave me the green light to come back in January to have a conversation with him. And he's like, this is amazing stuff, like 28 pages of information that's in here of all the marketing pieces that we do. It's amazing. And I'll tell you the other piece of this, when I'm knocking on a door, again, my first question, are you the owner of the home? If they say no, we're just renting. And because I'm pulling data that's older, I want expireds that are, and I know I told you 3 months to 9 months or so, but most of the doors I've knocked are older than 6 months so far. And so I've ran into several tenants that are there. The previous owners are like, forget it, I'm just going to rent it right now. So I have had 2 buyers that I picked up 2 buyers from knocking on the doors, and the people are like, yeah, we like the neighborhood and this house was available and we're just renting right now. So then it turned that into a conversation about, hey, well, I'm out here doing this all the time. I look for off-market transactions, off-market homes for my buyers and otherwise. And they know that I'm doing that because I'm standing in front of them knocking on a door that's not on the market. So they know that and that's true. That's what I do with in my business. So it's an easy way to pick up buyers as well. Right. They know that I'm not just like every other agent that just sits around and waits for the buyer or the seller to do all the legwork, and all I do is swoop in and write a contract. Like, not at all. They know that I'm putting energy and effort into trying to represent other clients and find deals for my buyers. Frankly, it's a super easy conversation to have, and it's one more question. Are you the owner? No, we're just renting. Oh, great. Would you be interested in buying in this neighborhood? Like, that is the question. That's the second question. And it's an easy conversation. I've been with Listings to Leads almost 5 years, and I'll never leave. I love it. It's an awesome part of my business. I think what you do as a leader in this space is I can't thank you enough. The product is great. But also, we have lots of tools as real estate agents, right? But you explain how to use the tool and different ideas. And I learn a lot. It helps me a whole lot in my business. And I don't think I mentioned yet, but on the second day that I was out knocking doors, I had a couple that gave me a full tour of their house. And they're like, we're not quite ready to list it yet. But obviously, you put a lot of energy and time into putting this whole thing together and coming to talk on us. Please come in and look around. And they gave me a 10-minute tour of their house. All I did was show up and talk to them, and be a
Wow.
person. So that's two very, very good contacts. And
Wow.
I feel very confident the first one will turn into a listing in
Yeah.
January, and the second one will probably be a listing, but it might be a few more months. I have something of value to give them, made a huge difference. Being in your evening group, it inspires me to get out and go do stuff. You just have to go do it. And it doesn't matter if you're a phone call person, just pick
Yeah.
one that works for you and do it. Take action. Like legitimately pick a lane, and it doesn't
Yeah.
matter which one it is, they all work. If you do it enough times, they all work. Just pick a lane and get moving. I really appreciate what you do, Scott. You're a great leader, and I appreciate your services and everything you do for all of us that are part of Listings to Leads.